If you depend on Supplemental Security Income SSI to help cover your daily expenses, it may come as a shock to check your account in November 2025 and see that no payment has arrived. However, this is not a mistake or the result of a budget cut. It's simply a matter of timing. Every few years, due to the way weekends and holidays line up with the payment schedule, the Social Security Administration makes certain adjustments to ensure that beneficiaries receive their funds on a business day. This is exactly what's happening in November 2025. Since November 1st falls on a Saturday, SSI recipients will actually get their payment earlier than usual, on Friday, October 31st. That means while it looks like there's no payment for November, beneficiaries have not lost a month's worth of income. They still receive the full 12 payments for the year, just on slightly different dates. This type of timing shift has occurred multiple times in the past and is part of the SSA's standard procedure to prevent payments from being delayed due to non-business days. Many recipients might be especially worried this year because the calendar quirk coincides with the ongoing federal government shutdown that began on October 1st. During shutdowns, many federal employees, including those who work at SSA offices, are temporarily furloughed. That can lead to delays in customer service, slower response times, and reduced access to in-person services. However, it's crucial to understand that a government shutdown does not affect the distribution of Social Security or SSI benefits. These programs are considered mandatory spending under federal law, meaning they are automatically funded regardless of Congress passing a new spending bill. Therefore, benefit checks and direct deposits will continue to go out as scheduled, even if some administrative services experience slowdowns. Recipients may notice longer wait times when calling SSA or delays in processing new applications, but existing benefits will remain uninterrupted. SSI is a lifeline for millions of Americans who are elderly, blind, or living with disabilities that limit their ability to work. It's designed to ensure that people who have limited income and resources can afford basic necessities like food, clothing, and shelter. To qualify for SSI in 2025, individuals generally must have less than $2,019 in monthly wages and meet strict asset and resource limits. These criteria are reviewed periodically, and small cost of living adjustments, COLAs, are made each year to account for inflation. Unlike Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI, or retirement benefits, SSI is funded by general tax revenues rather than Social Security payroll taxes, which is why the two programs operate separately even though they are both managed by the SSA. Some people qualify for both, which can slightly increase their total monthly benefits, but eligibility for each is determined differently. For those tracking their 2025 SSI payments, it's helpful to note that after the October 31st deposit, which covers November, the next payments will come on Monday, December 1st, for the December benefit, and then again on Wednesday, December 31st, which counts as the January 2026 payment. This pattern ensures that recipients receive their payments before weekends or holidays that could otherwise delay them. The SSA maintains a complete annual payment calendar on its official website, which beneficiaries can check anytime to plan ahead and avoid confusion. This schedule is especially useful for individuals who budget closely each month or rely on automatic withdrawals for bills and rent. Knowing when deposits will arrive can help prevent overdraft fees and missed payments. It's important to remember that while SSI payments are adjusted based on weekends and holidays, Social Security retirement and disability payments follow a completely separate schedule. These are typically distributed according to the beneficiary's date of birth or the date they first started receiving benefits. For example, in November 2025, those who began receiving Social Security before May 1997 will receive their payments on November 3rd. People whose birthdays fall between the 1st and 10th of any month will get theirs on November 12th. Those born between the 11th and 20th will receive payments on November 19th, and those with birthdays from the 21st through the 31st will be paid on November 26th. This consistent schedule means that while SSI recipients see a timing adjustment, regular Social Security beneficiaries will not experience any change in November. If a payment ever appears missing or delayed, the SSA recommends waiting at least 3 mailing days before taking action. Sometimes minor delays occur due to processing times at banks or technical issues with direct deposit systems. After the waiting period, recipients can contact SSA by phone at 1-800-772-1213 or via TTY at 1-800-32-50778. Lines are open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. in each time zone. It's always best to have your Social Security number, payment details, and recent correspondence ready when calling to help the representative locate your records quickly. For those who prefer online access, the SSA's My Social Security portal allows users to review payment history, verify deposit dates, and even set up or modify direct deposit information. This can save time and provide peace of mind, especially during times when office operations are reduced due to events like government shutdowns. Overall, while the absence of a November payment may seem alarming at first glance, there's no cause for concern. It's simply an administrative adjustment that ensures you receive your benefits on time, despite weekends and holidays. By understanding the timing and structure of SSI payments, recipients can better manage their finances and avoid unnecessary stress when these calendar quirks occur. Beyond the immediate calendar quirk, it can help to build a simple strategy for navigating months when payments shift forward, so your budget isn't squeezed by an earlier deposit. Think of the October 31st deposit as your November funds. Earmark it for November rent, utilities, and groceries, and consider moving a portion into a separate next month subaccount, so it isn't accidentally spent in late October. If you use automatic bill pay, verify the draft dates so nothing hits before your deposit clears. Many banks allow you to set low balance alerts, deposit notifications, and recurring reminders that can prevent overdrafts when timing changes. Direct deposit is the most reliable way to receive SSI, and the SSA strongly encourages it. Paper checks can be delayed by mail disruptions, weather, or holidays, and they're more vulnerable to loss or theft. If you change banks or your address, update that information through your online SSA account or by phone as soon as possible, since outdated details are a common cause of missing or misrouted payments. Representative payees who manage benefits for someone else should keep careful records and preserve the distinction between months when funds arrive early and the month they are intended to cover, especially when paying rent or facility fees that have strict due dates. It's also worth knowing how holidays interact with the schedule. When the regular deposit day falls on a weekend or federal holiday, the payment moves to the prior business day. If that creates two deposits in one calendar month, as with an October 31 deposit for November, there will be no additional deposit in the following month, but the annual count remains 12. Some states add a small state supplement to SSI. Those add-on payments may follow different timelines or be bundled with the federal payment depending on your state, so check your state's rules if you notice a mismatch. If you receive both SSI and another Social Security benefit, the SSI timing rules do not change the retirement or SSDI schedule. You can still receive both payments in the same week if the calendar lines up that way. Be alert to fraud. The SSA will never threaten arrest or demand payment, gift cards, or bank details over the phone. If someone calls claiming your benefits are suspended unless you provide information, hang up and call the official SSA numbers yourself. In the rare event a deposit fails to arrive after the 3 mailing day window, confirm with your bank first to rule out posting delays, then contact SSA with your routing and account numbers handy. If a replacement payment is needed, SSA will guide you through the trace process. Overpayments sometimes occur when income or living arrangements change. If you receive an overpayment notice, you have the right to appeal or request a waiver if repaying would be against equity and good conscience, and you can ask for a reasonable payment plan that won't jeopardize basic needs. Keep an eye on annual cost of living adjustments. They typically take effect with the January payment, which in years like this may be deposited at the end of December. So if your benefit changes, you'll see it reflected there rather than mid-year. Finally, consider keeping a 1-month buffer over time, even if you can only save a few dollars per deposit. That cushion makes calendar shifts anxiety-free, protects you from overdraft fees, and ensures that when a payment lands early, it's still available when the month you're budgeting for actually begins.